Hello there, this is Fumofu. This is my submission run for Frost Fatales 2025. Running Mega Man 7 100%. Get going. So we get 2 minutes of cutscene here at the beginning, unfortunately. And this being 100% run really just means I'm getting every item in the game.
Enough time to go grab a soda. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's me going to grab a soda. I legitimately had time. And just talk about the game a little bit. I think this game is probably one of the most underrated Mega Man games out there. It got outshined by Mega Man X, through X3 being on the same console. A lot of people viewed this as a step in the wrong direction. And I don't know, I think it's just different. And I really love it. I've always loved it. And I have grown up with the game. I remember getting it for Christmas when I was like maybe 5 years old. I'm old. Fortunately, there's not a lot to talk about right here. It's just more cutscenes. And it won't be the last, unfortunately. And you're going to hear me multiple times mocking the cutscenes as they're playing. I was just kind of in the groove. And forgive the mouse cursor that's on the screen. Now the run really starts. And you're going to see me sliding for most of my movement. You're going to see me taking intentional hits here. I want to be low health as possible going into the end of this intro. Wasn't ideal. I had to take 2 hits instead of 1 to get the cutscene to trigger, but not bad. Not bad. We're gonna go to Freeze Man's stage right here at the beginning. I am playing in Japanese. As is tradition, the Japanese just means you're spending less time staring at text. You also get these fun little subtitles on each stage that only Japanese game. Here's a fun little skip, just a slide jump there to grab the ladder. Slide jumping, it does make me move significantly further. Because when Mega Man slides, his entire, I don't know if you call it necessarily the hitbox, but his character moves all the way to the edge of his foot. And so when I slide then jump, it actually pushes Mega Man forward. So if I slide off a ledge into a jump, it just makes the jumps a lot easier. There are some jumps that are only possible with it. Some jumps that avoid enemies because of it. They otherwise wouldn't be avoided. Okay, that was... Here is a good example, though. Those jumps are very hard without using the rush coil. But with slide jumps, it's... And made a mistake there. I was supposed to do another slide jump to grab that. And the item you just saw me pick up, that was the rush search. That is what's going to allow us to get every item in the game. Without having to farm for bolts and buy the upgrade. Every upgrade in this game is fortunately available. There is a shop, but you can't avoid the shop if you know where to go. that is the exit. So if I've already beaten a level, I can hit start and exit. We don't use it. Doesn't come up, but we have to get it. And first boss fight here. I don't know if it's still the case, but at the time, this was the first Robot Master to have a run animation. Little fun facts. I know this is looking really smooth, but I kind of blow it at the end. Yeah, not the cleanest ending. But when I started running, this was
going really well until the end there.
This was a major reset point for me.
That was actually solid.
Due to the difficulty of that fight, but you know, reset enough times, you get better.
Fuck, that's what we're talking.
Okay, so here I'll talk about these little weapon explanations. So in the Japanese version, it is random whether or not you get Dr. Light, Auto, this is the shopkeeper, or Roll. Ideally, we want Dr. Light. Dr. Light, just get like 1 or 2 text boxes and then we're done. Auto and Roll, like to Gab, like they ask questions and then Mega Man has to answer them. And it just takes, like, it's significantly longer when you don't get Dr. Light. In the any percent category, we do cut out the cutscene times and those, you know, those text weapon explanations, but 100% we don't. I'm not 100% sure why, but here we're gonna use a damage boost to get around these little timed caps. That's just a safety life. Only loses about a second. And here we got some precise sliding and jumping to avoid all of the little bouncing critters. This is a fun use of the freeze cracker to take out these enemies fairly quickly. And here's our first use of our second use of the rush coil. You're supposed to slowly float up here, but using the rush coil, we're able to shoot straight to the top. Little mistake there. I'm gonna have to pause, go off of rush coil, make him reset. That jump to the ladder is only possible with the slide. You did see us pick up a little letter in the last stage. Get the
Very
R
close.
here. A little trick with the freeze cracker, since it breaks off in 6 pieces. If I time it right, I can use 1 shot to hit that slinky looking enemy and take it out in 1 hit. This is Burst Man. It's not all I have to talk about, just jumping and using the freeze cracker to jump over his bubbles and also, I end every stage in the middle of the.
Be my reset point all the time.
I
It's
start
so
the
much
stages.
I don't care that was plus 7 seconds.
Here I got Dr. Light, which is 2 text boxes, we're done moving along. It's so nice.
Really consider the fact how my splits are a bit dependent on my RNG between levels.
Yeah, just me realizing my splits are, like I'll have a really good run and be like, how's my gold split? And then I'm like, oh wait, because I got rolled at the end of the last level. This stage is really fun, so these jumps here I'm doing, out the slide, I can't get past the little enemy floating to them. Here we're going to change the rain to snow by hitting this little guy with a cracker. Coming up is a very tight jump. It looks really cool, and it saves a lot. Do a line. I'm going to line up my jump with the propeller pull here. Get the enemy on the way down.
Oh, I got it. First try. That's what's up. Alright.
Then another slide jump to land on the other end of the platform.
Take the extra health.
That is a risky strat, but the checkpoint is right before that, so there's no reason to not go for it. Got one more rush. Better. Spell out rush. We get the super adapt. We have all of those. It does come up in the run a few times. There's only one item in the game that isn't really used, or well, any item I should. Equipable item. Here we're just talking to Proto Man. It is to get 100%, we have to talk to him in this level, and again, Nitro Man stage, which will allow, does unlock ability to get an item in stage. Don't worry, you don't have to remember. Here, there's a
Alright, I was a little slow there at the end, but that's okay.
Really good looking quick kill on. This weapon here is the Danger Wrap. It has 2 versions of attacking.
That was so good!
Ooh, this was something like a 40-second gold.
Got the jump, super quick kill on Cloudman. I got the Dr. Light RNG, so this is going to be a hell of a split.
What you saw me doing there was holding
41 second split! 41 second split! Oh my god!
I was excited.
That's what's up.
Alright, so what you saw me doing there was dropping mines on the ground.
Dr. Light again? Okay.
If I don't hold
We'll
down...
roll with this.
If I don't hold down while I shoot, it actually shoots out a
see
bubble.
The game audio is actually recording this time. Hey.
And getting the bubble traps him in this long animation.
This will tell you my submission run.
So I
really well.
hold down while I shoot so I can hit him with Cloudman with his weakness.
Knock on wood.
Without having that cutscene. Or not cutscene, but long animation in between. Just a little auto-scroller, elevator. Here we're going to use our freeze cracker to free lava. Gonna miss a hit first.
Alright, that was a little slow.
Here we come down to get the final run. At least we get the S. Now we have access to the super adapt, which is going to be...
There we go.
And that was an intentional death. That is one of 2 intentional deaths in the run. We went down to get the rush S piece, and now we're going up so we can get the rush jet. Another thing I love about this game, the freeze cracker that changes the weather on Cloudsman stage. It freezes lava here. The electricity starts. These platforms move. There's so much to love. I love it so much. And here we've got the Rush Jet. It does the same thing as it does in a lot of other Mega Man games, and we will be seeing quite a bit of it.
Those little.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably be using it. You also see that I am navigating the menu. I'm using freeze crackers, so when I pause here, I can hit down one time. Menu to super adapt. As while you can use the shoulder buttons to swap weapons, you cannot swap to the rush items. As you see here, I switched back to freeze cracker and then switched to Thunderbolt after, just to reduce menu time. And here we've got Jumpman.
Alright, not bad. Not great, but not bad.
You're going to see me taking some intense hits here. It's just I'm able to attack him faster if I slide under attacks.
Good.
So saves maybe a second or two over the course of the whole fight. You know how it goes. We save those frames. I have not been explaining the weapons. I'll explain this one. Junk Shield. Junk Shield is important.
Dr. Light RNG. Fuck yes. Speaking of Dr. Light RNG,
I got pretty good Dr. Light RNG. This is the Junk Shield. It is one of the classic shield weapons. It just rotates around Mega Man. I guess revolves around Mega Man. It is incredibly good. It protects me from a good chunk of projectiles. And since standard enemies do not have iframes like bosses do, while it's spinning around me, every frame it's out, it's dealing damage.
That's why my splits are like 1 to 2 second different. I'm using them all the time. I never consider the RNG from who I talk to at the end of the level.
Alright, and another thing you probably noticed, most Mega Man games, actually I think this might be the only one, allow you to go to any stage you want from the beginning. You are restricted to 4 in Mega Man 7. A lot of people aren't a fan of that. I don't have too much of an opinion on it. But in the middle here, we have this museum fight. And there's, there's Wily stealing Gutsman from and we fight. I think it looks like a clown. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. But he's a funny guy. And we are gonna lay these mines on the ground. He's weak to mines and Thunderbolt. But I get a little too excited here. And I run out of mines.
Oops.
I realize it, switch to Thunderbolt.
Fine.
And finish the fight.
A little too cavalier with those.
So, it was a little slow. Lost, what, look at that. About 5 seconds there because of those hiccups, but no big deal. Here's a cutscene we can skip. Oh, it feels good
One
to skip
cutscene I can
cutscenes.
skip.
Since we have completed the museum, the other 4 stages unlock, and we're going to Nitro Man. Sorry, Turbo Man. Why am I saying Nitro Man? There are too many men in Mega Man games, and I get twisted sometimes.
Worry there for a second.
So here we're going to see more Danger Wrap usage. You can just see how strong the Danger Wrap is. They'll, like, these cone enemies just they should be invulnerable when their face isn't going. However, the Danger Wrap can just eat right through it. Here we get a bit of a menuing snafu. That's alright.
You know what? I'll take the time lost from that nightmare of menuing to not fall in that pit.
And the section right before that, with the spikes and the tires going overhead, I hit any of those tires, more often than not, it's going to bounce me straight into the spikes. So you saw me take it a little slow there, just to be sure I made it.
Whoops.
I'm pretty sure you're intended to use the super adapt there, but that requires pausing and menuing, summoning rush, doing the whole thing. We don't do it there. But we do summon him later, but it's just a little bit faster without doing it. Alright, and that was our second time talking to Proto Man. I'm actually quite the Proto Man fan myself. Less of his character, more of just his design, the way he looks. Love it. And those fireballs in that in the room I was just dropping through, if those hit you, it's instant death. So even if you're not speedrunning, you have to do that room pretty fast. Love that truck. Alright, so now we're heading to the boss fight here. We actually don't have Turbo Man's weakness, so you're going to be using the Buster. And this fight is pretty tough, in my opinion. But I love it. We're just trying to maximize damage here as much as Buster. That was perfect.
Bad. Not bad. Wasn't my best. Wow.
So this is the
It would be.
this is the flame wheel. You will not see me use it.
Roll. No. What happened to my Dr. Light RNG?
Yeah, where's my Dr. Light RNG? Yeah, I use this weapon in one room at the end of the first Wily stage, and we use it in one other place to unlock a hidden area. So we use it twice in the whole run. And I don't just mean selecting it twice, I mean we fire it 2 times. And here we have Shade Man, which is a wonderful stage. Music's phenomenal. And if I hold the B button while the stage starts up, while I select a stage, it will play Ghosts and Goblins music instead of Shade Man's music. And I intend to put that as a donation incentive, or either just for an incentive or potentially a bid war. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 times because I misselected the weapon. And here we're right away seeing the strength that comes with the junk shield. However, it does cause lag. So there are times where we use it in spite of the lag, and there are times where we avoid using it altogether for the sake of lag reduction.
Oh my! I didn't know I could trick it like that. That's cool.
You see there? Yeah, it's a cute little pumpkin boss. So that boss has very interesting mechanics. If the boss is destroyed while
I don't care how easy it is. I always feel like it's sick when I kill a Sniper Joe as I slide under his pack. It's fun.
Alright, so that pumpkin fight there, if the mouth is open when it dies, Then it opens the hole in the floor to go this direction. And if its mouth is closed, it opens a hole in the wall on the right. But we want it, for the first time we fight it, we want its mouth open, so we down here and fight Proto Man. Now, Proto Man is not here unless we talk to him in the previous stages. For this fight, Proto Man is weak to the Buster, and he takes 15 charge shots. And you are going to see me take a good amount of intentional damage here, because there is an intentional death right after this fight.
Perfect.
And here I am about to mock this cutscene as well, because this
15.
is...
Remember that. But this is your shield that I'll never use.
Yeah, we don't use it. I love the Proto Shield. If it was just default, you have this when you have your Buster weapon out, it would be great. But you have to pause the game, you have to go to the bottom of the menu, you have to select it, and you can't switch off of it unless you pause again. So it's really clunky to use. Love that it's in the game, but just... it doesn't really... it's just not useful even for casual. Alright, here we're gonna go ahead and hit this guy 6 times. Easy peasy. And we go through this door. Now, the reason we go down first is because the Proto Man fight's right there. It's a good reset point. Also, the lower path has an elevator, which is a long auto-scroller. I mean, 1 or 2 minutes, you're just sitting in this elevator fighting the little, kind of undead-looking robots.
Perfect.
Here we're using Rush again to dig up the... I can't remember, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's called the Equalizer. Essentially, it just makes it so if I pick up a weapon ammo upgrade and I'm on Buster or I'm on a full weapon with full energy, it will default backfill those sub-weapons. Whichever one is the lowest. Oh. Also in Turbo Man stage, you saw me dig up what looked like a hand kind of thing. That was an upgrade to the Super Adapt. So now the charge shot has virtually infinite range and locks on. And we're going to use that here to take out Shade Man incredibly quickly, as we do not have his weakness. Although, lucky us, he is also weak to the Super. Yes!
God, my best Shade Man is good. Oh, I did get roll at the end of Turbo Man. Alright.
Yeah, that was probably my best Shade Man. However, getting roll at the end of the previous stage made it so it was 3 seconds slower than my best. That is how significant Dr. Light roll auto RNG. Also, this is my favorite color palette for any Mega Man. I love the purple and the teal. It's my favorite. Also love Slash Man, where we're going now. The palette for his abilities, also fantastic. Oh, also I'll explain, the Noise Crush, name of that one. It's a pretty interesting weapon. If I shoot it against a wall, it will bounce off, and if it hits me after it bounces off the wall, it turns into a charged version of the attack. And we will see that. It will come up a couple times. Alright, here is the significant rush jet section. we're supposed to ride this little green dinosaur, but that takes a lot longer than just riding Rush. And this is dangerous. If Rush gets hit, he will warp off of the screen, and I will fall into the spikes. And if Rush touches the spikes, he will also warp off the screen. So I made it look easy, but that is a very, very dangerous part of this level. We don't get great RNG here, but it's still a pretty quick fight. We're just gonna drop a bunch of mines on his head.
Come on. One away.
Yeah. Sub-bosses not having iframes really makes them drop pretty quickly. In here, we're using the flame wheel. Torch, whatever they call it in Japanese. Come up here, burn that tree. What we did there, we just freed beat. That gives that it makes the beat item active. And well, we ideally you never see beat, but you will see
I'm
him.
on really good pace, so I love you.
My wife's going to bed at this point in the run. I'll explain this fight after because I believe I start talking again. Maybe I don't. Okay, so here you'll see that I'm swapping between the charge shot and the freeze cracker. If I hit Slash Man with his weakness,
This is a decider.
he always goes off screen. However, he can take 2 hits before he goes. So if I hit him with the...
Oh! We
close.
take those. Oh, we take those.
So using the Mega Buster,
That was terrifying.
it was terrifying.
There's no way that's my best split.
So, it wasn't close, but it wasn't.
Okay, it was close. Ooh, dodge light, good on.
And here's Slash Man. I love this color palette. That bright
really
green
good
yellow.
pace.
But yeah, so there, just for the sake of speed and
Love you, babe.
keeping Slash Man on screen.
I might come to bed tonight. I might stay up all night and work. I don't know yet. I'm wanting to come to bed though. We'll see what happens.
But anyway, you get the idea. You keep Slash Man on screen as long as possible,
Okay. Love you, babe.
so we can kill him quickly. Alright, here's Spring Man. We're gonna see a lot of use of the Junk Shield here. It just kind of allows us to run, just kind of run through.
Oh. That was dumb luck. Take dumb luck.
Yeah, these enemies actually have quite a bit of health. Those are definitely slinky. And they, but Junk Shield just shreds through them. And I do miss this jump here. And then I panic
Nope,
a little.
stop. Okay.
Yeah, that is
It's fine. We're fine.
a decent recovery. Ideally we go over. But that jump is tight because we don't want to bonk our head on the wall, but we also don't... It's a tight jump, and then... Same thing, the ceiling there is so low that if we try to jump that gap, we will just take a hit, and we just fall straight into the spikes, so... A backup there is to take an intentional hit that knocks me into the spikes, and from there I will just jump out and continue on. Oh, also I forgot to mention this, but I'm going to, if this gets accepted, I'm going to be encouraging chat to put good boys in chat every time Rush is on screen. Alright, so there is a quick kill that I know
A
now.
little scary there in the middle. Jump. Terrifying.
That it kills Spring Man before the fight even starts. I had not learned it yet at the time of recording this run, But I do know it now, and I will be tacking it onto the end of this run. But here what I'm trying to do is hit him as he's jumping up, as his iframes go away. It's a pretty tight window. That's a perfect example. That's what I want, and I get it again.
There's no way this is the best. What? Nah. Hell no, there's no way that was my fastest Springman by 4 seconds. That's just... Okay.
A Springman's weapon, at first glance, not that interesting. A Mega Man just shoots springs to both sides. However, if Mega Man charges, if I charge the attack, they have bigger springs that deal more damage. Wild Coil, that's the name. Bigger springs, more damage, and I can control their bounce. So if I hold up, they'll bounce very high. If I hold down, they'll bounce very low.
Dr. Light, what happened? Did the evil robot boy come and try to kill you? Oh no. Who could have foreseen such a thing?
You can tell I'm tired of these cutscenes.
Good thing you didn't give him enhancements to make it harder for him to... make it easier for him to fight me. Hey, Dr. Light, thanks for the enhancements to base.
So sick of these cutscenes.
Bet you just told Mega Man you didn't actually do it. I know you did.
Yeah, when we saw Base and Shade Man stage, plot relevance here, the conversation we had with him was saying, oh, go to Dr. Light, he'll fix you up. And then Dr. Light actually gave him repairs and enhancements that we now have to deal with, because it turns out Base was evil. Alright, and we are going into the Wily stages. We have 3 stages, followed by a boss rush and a final boss. Classic Mega Man fashion. But, because of some mistakes I make, we're gonna actually get to see Beat in a minute.
Okay, whatever.
So here's an area where using Junk Shield would be really great, but in that room that we were just at, it causes a lot of lag.
No! Okay, Beat. Yes. Good.
This is what Beat does. However, unfortunately, Beat's not very good at his job, and he more often than not
actually saved me for once.
More often than not, Beat drops.
Sorry, I doubted you all those times you dropped me in the pit.
Yeah, Beat usually drops you in a pit, unfortunately. But that was a perfect example of Beat working as intended. And here are just more examples of how great Junk Shield is. Get a nice little Rush Jet section here. Not that, but this next room. Yeah, forget all these platforms, we'll just fly. We switch to the Rush Adapt here. I'm sorry, Super Adapt. It's Rush Adapt in English. We're playing Japanese.
Okay, that was close.
And what you just saw there, that's the reason we don't use the Super Adapt very often. You can't slide. So you saw me just kind of slowly walk up to the door. But Base here is weak to the Super Adapt. He's also weak to the Noise Crush, but I'm a bit faster with this fight using the Super Adapt. And when I did a good job there, trying to be as far to the right as I can so I can open the door. And here is the Flame Wheel. And one more. And alright, you're not going to see it again. Even though I have a lot of health, I do die here, unfortunately. Just a heads up. Bunch of mistakes. A little bit of bad RNG. But that's okay.
Okay.
That was the bad RNG, and here's the mistake. Oh no. No, what? How? Okay, it's fine. I get dropped right back in that room, but I still don't know how a double slide came out twice. Yeah, if I hadn't slid back into that rock, it would, Gutsman would have been one more hit to dead, and probably would have had a 54-minute run, but you know, them's the breaks. You saw there, I slid underneath his grab, which does mean I get hit twice, but I'm able to hit him the entire time he's committed to the dash. Much better. Okay. I don't know why I blow out on this fight. Jeez, really a 30-second time loss. That's bad. Okay, it's alright.
One death was a fairly
you look at the splits, the Great Cloud Man canceled out the Wily one. It's fine. And I guess because I'm a masochist of some sort, I compare my splits to best splits, so more often than not, they're all red. I'm gonna pick up a health here just for some extra, just for some safety. It's a little slow, but dying's a lot slower. Alright, here is the final base fight, where we're going to see his, the upgrades Dr. Light gave him. Which, in my opinion, changes his color palette and to something incredible. Haven't told by now, I like the color purple. I mean, just look at him. Amazing. Alright, so we're going to be using the Noise Crush here. This is while I would say the Wily capsule in this game is more difficult, I know how to deal with it better. So this is probably the hardest part of the run for me, is this fight. Also there are fans at the bottom here, so the gravity's light. So the gravity's funky, but
look at that little guy going across the screen.
And as you can tell, the Noise Crush bouncing off the walls is very helpful in fighting base in such a vertical stage. So it's very convenient that he's do it. Here we're gonna use some more of the Rush Adapt. Get through here quickly. Bonking my head a few times.
Help please, help please. Like some help please.
I take this room pretty slow, mostly because of my current health. But like I said earlier, going a little slow for a room or two is better than dying. I could have made the jump there, but I was nervous.
All right, we got it.
All right. If you haven't noticed, this level's turtle themed, and so for the boss, you get a turtle. And I get terrible RNG with this turtle. Okay. So ideally, every time he sticks his head out, he shoots 2 flames like he did there. And when he's invulnerable when he's curled up in his shell. And when he rams at me and I have to slide underneath, he can go anywhere between 1 and 4 times. So I get pretty unfortunate RNG with just everything throughout the whole fight. But it's okay. Because we make it.
Okay, that was not the best turtle boss, but I didn't die. Oh, that's a lot.
Alright, coming in here on Wily 2, you're gonna see me pop the junk shield, mostly just for protection. And I'm going to make a bunch of really tight slide jumps in a row. These jumps are not intended to be made without without either the super adapt or the rush coil. Here's a little menu optimization here. I'm going to swap to the spring weapon. It allows me to menu down just one position to get to the rush coil. I take this room a little slow. You're definitely intended to use the super adapt in this room.
Okay.
So we need to get hit, land on the spikes to make it across that gap.
Jet.
Classic damage. All these platforms, much like in Burst Man's stage with the exploding platforms, they shoot forward and they explode after 4 seconds. But using rush jets faster. And then here we have the classic Mega Man complicated disappearing block puzzle, and we just fly over it. And we pick up those items there. We picked up an E tank, a W tank, and an S tank. Coming up on the boss here, it is weak to Noise Crush. Well, we don't have any walls to bounce them off of, but if I slide right after shooting, I will catch up to the Noise Crush, collect it, and be able to shoot charge shots. We are not intended to be able to do that here, but I think they do double damage and speeds up the whole fight.
I am not superstitious, but
And we are coming up here on the boss fight.
10
I'm sorry, the boss rush.
What?
And if the incentive does get met, hopefully I will be
Nice. Let's look at the race. Let's do this.
doing the boss rush mode in the Legacy Collection with words blindfolded. That is my intention. So this is going to be the same thing. We're going to switch between the two weapons. Take out Slash Man if possible. Yeah, I'm using an Xbox controller, which unfortunately maps the mouse to the right stick. So if I ever bonk the right stick by mistake, you're gonna see that the mouse is there, but I've fixed it. I've stopped capturing the mouse on this scene. This is a really... This is not my best Freeze Man. But it's okay.
Oh god, that was scary. You're going
Freeze
down
Man,
Junk Man now.
weak to Junk Man.
Health.
I would think, oh, weak to
Junk Man.
fire, right? He is. Pardon my coughing. He is weak to fire, but it is. Junk Shield just works a lot better. And here I am not taking the intentional hits because I want the health drop.
You know what? That's not what I wanted to do, but better than dying.
Not my best Cloud Man, but alright.
Spring Man next.
I think here I get all but the last one.
One more, let's do it, come on. No, I had to open my big dumb mouth.
I'm not a superstitious person, but sometimes you jinx yourself and you're like,
There it is. Wrong way there.
Alright, now we're fighting Turbo Man with his weakness. And since we can bounce off the wall and charge it super easily, he goes down fast. Well, if I'm right, I think I missed one of these jumps. Oh, no, I missed a shot.
Well,
that's what happened.
Well, it's fine.
Still much faster than using the
Hey,
buzzer.
man. Oh.
Yeah, if you thought Springman went down quickly with the Super Adapt, it's gonna go down even faster now. And you're gonna see me take some intentional damage here. I do not want to be at full health going into the Wily fight. I'll explain why when we get there.
I think that's the...
So we're gonna refill our Wild Coil here. We're gonna drop down here and we are gonna switch to Rush Shirts one last time. And we're gonna, little window, you can summon Rush.
Okay. Come on, Rush. Can you be the goodest boy that ever was a good boy?
So if Rush digs up a health or a weapon increase, I get
Rush,
broken
you were
out.
such a good boy.
I get broken out of the cutscene, and that allows us to do this quick kill. Oh, I'm sorry. We do see the flame wheel one last time.
Oh, Rush, you are such a good boy. Oh, I got the quick kill.
So when the enemy health bar is on screen at 0 health, that is their actual health in that moment.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
So upon hitting Wily, when his health is at 0, it just instantly kills him. And that is not possible unless we get lucky with Rush. And when I say lucky, I mean lucky. It is not a high chance to get that to get unlocked from the cutscene. I believe the world record in this category does not get the quick. While it does save a lot of time, still have a great run with that. And here you're going to see me holding up with the springs so I can hit him. And I I did ask around the classic Mega Man Discord.
Okay, we're popping the E-Tank right now. We are not risking anything.
And that's why we pick up the E-Tank in Wily 3. But a lot of people agree that this is one of the hardest Wily fights, if not the hardest in the game. A lot of people said Mega Man 7 the hardest one. So like all these attacks coming through, like, they are awful. You have to essentially know how to dodge each pattern based on where he appears. And you will see me taking some intentional hits here, like right here. Just getting that second hit in saves time, so it's worth taking the hit. Here is my last hit coming up. That is time.
D543! Ooh.
Lower the volume here because I cough.
My heart's racing. I just smashed my old PB.
There's a loud cough coming. I know it. There it is. And that's the run. Like I said, super underrated game. I think it has a lot of charm. I absolutely love it. Here at the end. Oh, there's another cough. I'm sorry. No. Here at the end, Mega Man wants to take out Wily once and for all, but he's a robot. He can't hurt humans. Base comes to rescue him, and we walk away with our our head held high. Glorious. Thanks again for watching, and we are gonna cut now to the Springman quick kill that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so here's a showcase for the quick kill on Springman. What I'm gonna do here is line Mega Man's head up with the thicker black line of the door, and I will hit forward and shoot on the same frame. Missed it there, but we get it here. So that makes this little noise crush bounce back and forth, and much like the Wily quick kill, and that's it. It stops the entire fight. I thought it was a lot harder than that. It's surprisingly easy. So that's the quick kill. I'll definitely be going for it in the run if it gets accepted. So thank you again. Thanks for taking the time to watch my run. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's it. Again, goodbye.